Zhang Weili versus Rose Namajunas takes place this weekend in the co-main event of UFC 261, Usman versus Masvidal 2, and I'm maybe more excited for this co-main event than I am for the main event because this one actually has something on the line, and it is to determine who is kind of the greatest strawweight of all time. I know Joanna Jędrzejczyk has her amount of title defenses, but the winner of this one will have cleaned out the entire trilogy needed. You need to beat Andrade, you need to beat either Zhang or Rose Namajunas, and you need to beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk. The winner of this bout will have all of those names on her resume, and I think if they go on to defend one more time after that, especially if it's Weili Zhang continuing her title reign in the strawweight division, she probably has an argument to be called the greatest strawweight of all time. She's on something like a 21 fight win streak right now in the strawweight division. She lost her debut. Since then, she's been on an absolute rampage onwards towards the UFC, destroyed everyone in the UFC, had some interesting bouts here and there, which we're going to get into, but also beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk in her last bout. I thought Rose Namajunas lost the rematch to Joanna Jędrzejczyk, so for Weili Zhang to actually go out there and beat Joanna Jędrzejczyk, I thought, you know what, very close fight. Joanna Jędrzejczyk landed more strikes, but in the rounds where they both landed an even amount of strikes, Weili Zhang landed the bigger shots, which gave her that edge. Against Rose Namajunas in the Joanna Jędrzejczyk rematch, I thought Joanna Jędrzejczyk could have won 4-1, 3-2 at least, you know what I mean? It was a very good fight, but I thought it went the way of Joanna Jędrzejczyk. I feel like that shows the difference between Weili Zhang and Rose Namajunas. I think Weili Zhang is just absolutely going to plaster Rose Namajunas around that octagon and destroy her in round 4. I think there will be some competitive moments, however. I believe Rose Namajunas is going to go out there in the first round, and I think she might actually win the first round of this bout, but I think that's going to be according to Zhang Weili's plan. It is very obvious that Rose Namajunas does not keep quite as good a pace as some of these other strawweights. We saw Jessica Andrade in the rematch really do some work against Rose Namajunas in that third round, and even somewhat towards the end of the second round as well. Even in the first fight with Jessica Andrade, people described that fight so weirdly. And I have no idea why they describe the fight so weirdly. They say it like Jessica Andrade was just getting completely destroyed, and then she landed one big slam. Now, when I first watched the fight, that's what I saw as well. But when you re-watch that bout between her and Jessica Andrade, you can see Andrade creeping on Rose Namajunas in that second round, and I feel like the rematch between them kind of showed what would have happened if the first fight went into a third round as well, because Jessica Andrade in the second round of the Namajunas fight was chopping at Namajunas' legs, was landing a couple of good shots upstairs as well, and then eventually she got a slam KO at the end of it. But I feel like Rose Namajunas is not going to win this one against Weili Zhang. Don't get me wrong, she's got decent power and decent stand-up, but again, this whole power conversation with Rose Namajunas, Weili Zhang has 21 fights. She has something like 10 TKO wins, including against Jessica Andrade in a championship bout. I know Rose Namajunas landed that one shot on Joanna Jędrzejczyk, but other than that, she doesn't have any KOs. She's dropped a couple of people here and there, but I don't think betting on the KO power of Rose Namajunas is a smart thing to do here, in all honesty. I know she's knocked some people down, but I really don't see her going out there and chinning Weili Zhang in the first round. I think that is really a 1 in 10 chance for Rose Namajunas to go out there and do that. So I'm not going to base the fight on Rose Namajunas getting a KO early. I'm not going to base the fight on anyone getting a KO early, because both of these girls are tough. I don't see the finish happening in the early rounds, and if I don't see the finish happening in the early rounds, Rose Namajunas really does slow down, and if Weili Zhang uses an investment-based game plan, I think she can really win in those later rounds, and I think I'm going to call a 4th round TKO for Weili Zhang. I think this will be very similar to the Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade rematch. It'll start creeping on Rose Namajunas as this fight goes on. Maybe she has a little bit of a technical advantage, especially in the boxing against Weili Zhang in that first round. I'll say Rose Namajunas wins that first round. Second round gets very competitive. I'll actually say that Weili Zhang does better than Andrade did and wins that second round. Third round comes around. I think Weili Zhang's going to really start putting on the pressure on Rose Namajunas. The leg kicks are going to start to add up, which I think Weili Zhang can use a lot of. And if she does miss those leg kicks, she always goes to that side kick to the body afterwards as well, which is also going to be good investment in those later rounds. And I think come that 4th round, Rose Namajunas is going to be done. I know she said that she'd rather be dead than red, but I reckon she might be both by the end of this bout, in all honesty. She'll be dead and red from the stain of her own blood all over her, to be honest with you, because I don't see how she's going to win this one. We haven't really seen too many holes in Weili Zhang's grappling, so it's not like we can just say, oh, there's an easy way to beat her, you just go out there and out-grapple her, because Tecia Torres is a really good grappler in the women's strawweight division, and Zhang Weili was able to get takedowns against her, and also get a bunch of control time in that bout as well, and get a good reversal, and showed good takedowns in that fight, really good grappling. She's got people in, like, triangle submissions, hasn't really finished anyone by submission so far, other than Jessica Aguilar, in her second fight of her career in the first round by armbar, but she has got good ground game, and she's got good takedown defense, and she was even able to take down Joanna Jędrzejczyk, which is a really big deal, because Joanna Jędrzejczyk does not get taken down, and I know it was only for a split second, but even with that, just showing that she is able to get down Joanna Jędrzejczyk for a moment in their bout is really huge, to be honest with you, because Rose Namajunas also got Joanna Jędrzejczyk down in their bout, and Joanna Jędrzejczyk got right back up, but like, I think that's really huge evidence for the grappling of Weili Zhang. In all honesty, I don't see there being this night and day difference in the grappling where Rose Namajunas is going to be able to go out there and maul Weili Zhang on the ground. I think we can all agree here. In my opinion, if you're picking Rose Namajunas, you're picking her to catch Weili Zhang out of nowhere. I don't think you can pick Rose Namajunas to outclass Weili Zhang. I don't think the evidence is there for that. I don't think you can pick Rose Namajunas to go out there and just ragdoll Weili Zhang around the octagon. I don't see that happening either. And I don't think she's going to be able to go out there and outpoint strike Weili Zhang and secure 3 of those rounds. I don't see that happening either. So I think all Rose Namajunas has to do is catch Weili Zhang at one point in this fight, or Zhang Weili, whatever way around the names are. Zhang Weili's got to win, and I think she's better than Rose Namajunas, and she's got more power than Rose Namajunas in my opinion as well. And she does more damage, and she's just got that meanness in her that I don't see in Rose Namajunas when I watch her fight. She likes to be delicate and be very pretty from the outside and land good shots, whereas Weili Zhang's just like, fucking let's get it on right now. I like that attitude. She has abs at women's strawweight, which is huge. Really huge in this fight. I think Weili Zhang's going to go out there and dismantle her, and as I said before, rather be dead than red. You're going to be fucking both, in my opinion. 4th round at TKO. I don't even disagree with Rose saying that, to be honest with you, but I still believe that Weili Zhang's going to win the bout, to be honest with you. It's not about Rose Namajunas saying something controversial, because in my opinion it isn't even controversial. But I feel like Weili Zhang's going to get her really badly in the later rounds. And I like Rose Namajunas, and I'm seeing a lot of people picking Rose Namajunas just because I feel like there's just this simp culture in the MMA world around Rose Namajunas. Like, Rose is going to get it done. Rose is going to get it done. And all of a sudden, now that Rose challenges communism, everyone in the MMA media is like, oh, racist Rose is going down, I guess. Weili Zhang's going to beat her. I feel like there was this weird simp culture around Rose Namajunas, and now that's kind of gone. I don't see her beating Weili Zhang. I don't see her KOing her. I've seen no weakness in Weili Zhang's chin. I've seen Joanna Jędrzejczyk land like spinning back fists on Weili Zhang square on the jaw when she's got her hands down by her waist, and Weili Zhang just eats it and fucking catches a kick and punches right back in that 5th round. And she's taken a long time off. Maybe if this was Rose Namajunas taking on Weili Zhang after Weili Zhang had just been through that war with Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and she was like 4 months removed or 5 months removed, something like that, I could maybe pick Rose to go out there and maybe catch her a little bit weaker because she hasn't recovered properly. But after the year off, I'm going with Zhang Weili. I don't see a way I can't here. I think she's pretty easily going to win this one. It's a really good matchup, though. Really good matchup. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great scrap while it lasts. Don't see this being a boring one whatsoever. I just think Weili Zhang's got more dog in her. And that's not just because of her breakfast. But I feel like she's got more dog in her. And she's going to show that this weekend in their fight and beat the paste out of Rose Namajunas in rounds 4. Maybe Rose Namajunas survives to a decision. In that case, if it does go to a decision, I reckon Weili Zhang's going to win rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, winning 4-1 on rounds, or at least secure the last 3. I just think this is going to be a conditioning issue, and I don't see any girls training like Weili Zhang right now. I don't see that in any of them. Like, I see them flow grappling and setting up dash chokes in the training room, but I see Weili Zhang just doing some monstrous shit on a regular basis and really testing her conditioning non-stop. And there's something to be said as well. Both of these girls are really technical, But Weili Zhang, there's just a way that she does things. She's high level. It's not like we're watching Rose Namajunas go up against Andrade, who has the belt now for a trilogy or something like that. Like, there's just a different kind of technical level to Weili Zhang. I don't see her being overexposed and getting caught going for some big haymakers against Rose Namajunas. And she's got that power as well. We saw that in the Jessica Andrade fight. Like, Jessica Andrade had the objective to bully Rose Namajunas. She was somewhat successful in doing that. In one fight, she was. Not really, though, because Rose was sort of winning that one. But then again, she did have some moments in that first fight. But then the rematch came around. And you could argue that Andrade was also successful in that bout in terms of winning and bullying Rose Namajunas. If there was extra rounds, she probably would have won that one. I know Rose Namajunas got her hand raised. But the objective to break down Namajunas and to get her in that third round as the rounds went on was achieved by Jessica Andrade. When Andrade tried to go forward and bully Weili Zhang, she got fucking annihilated. I'm not picking against Weili Zhang here. I think she's going to do a lot of damage, and it's going to be a bad fight to look at come the fourth round, and Weili Zhang's going to put her down. And the winner of this one, in my opinion, is looking at one more title defense. I don't know who against. I'll be honest with you guys, because I feel like Joanna Jędrzejczyk wins one fight, she's going to want a title fight, especially if Weili Zhang has the belt. If Rose Namajunas has the belt, I feel like maybe Joanna Jędrzejczyk's going to call it quits and just keep posting pictures of her ass online and make her money that way. But if it's Weili Zhang that wins, I reckon Joanna Jędrzejczyk sees a path to a rematch, looks to take a Tatiana Suarez matchup, and then sort of gets herself towards that rematch with Zhang Weili. Or, other than that, I guess if Yan Xiaonan beats Carla Esparza, which I believe is about coming up soon, I guess we can do Yan Xiaonan versus Weili Zhang, or even Carla Esparza versus Weili Zhang, because if Weili Zhang beats Rose Namajunas this weekend and then beats like a Carla Esparza afterwards, she is the greatest strawweight of all time. She might be it already because she has the wins that she needs, and if she does beat Rose Namajunas, she will maybe already be the greatest strawweight of all time. But if she beats Rose Namajunas and then just defends one more and gets those numbers up in terms of defenses, as well as beating all of these other names, especially if she does go out there and beat Carla Esparza as well, if Esparza somehow beats Yan Xiaonan, then she'll have beaten every strawweight champion in UFC history, if I'm not mistaken. Carla Esparza, Joanna Jędrzejczyk, Rose Namajunas, Jessica Andrade. Yeah, that's the four corners. That's the four horsemen, or horsewomen, of the women's strawweight division, so I'd definitely go with Weili Zhang being the greatest of all time if she wins this one and defends afterwards, and I'd even argue the case for winning this one in general. Really good, looking forward to this one, really looking forward to it. Usman versus Masvidal is a little bit doesn't really mean anything, it doesn't really add to Usman's legacy. It's a 35-16 guy fighting for a belt again who just lost last time dominantly. So it's a good fight, but I feel like this one's kind of the hidden gem on the card. This is where real legacy is on the line. And also for Zhang Weili, if she does win this one, I know that Rose Namajunas trains with Valentina Shevchenko. So I don't see Rose Namajunas looking to move up to the flyweight division after this, or at any point, so long as Valentina Shevchenko, her main training partner, is there. If Zhang Weili wins, I want to see a super fight, like a real super fight in the women's divisions. Don't get me wrong, Nunes versus Cyborg was cool, that was a good one, but Nunes fighting at featherweight is not a super fight, like, at all. They're absolute cans. It's just free legacy for Nunes. She's had her entire career handed to her on a silver platter. But the real good women fighters, Zhang Weili and Valentina Shevchenko, if Zhang Weili wins this one against Rose Namajunas, I kind of want to see that super fight made. Maybe get both of them one more defense against one of their contenders that's earned it, like the winner of Yan Xiaonan versus Carla Esparza, or Shevchenko beats Andrade and then maybe takes on Lauren Murphy. But fucking hell, none of these women are on their level. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Click that button up there. Zhang Weili, 4th round TKO. Goodbye, Rose Namajunas. She's probably going to be done after this one. I don't see her looking to bounce back. You know what I mean? I know that Rose Namajunas is still young. I just don't see her looking to, oh, it's time to win another 2 in a row. She just doesn't seem like that kind of girl. So I think she's going to try this one. If it doesn't go her way, she'll probably call it quits and just build fucking mud houses in the desert for the rest of her life, whatever the fuck she's doing, and read the Bible at the same time. I don't know. Like and subscribe. Click that button up there. Goodbye.